Dixon Street. It'll get you.
Streaming live from
HitThatLine.com.
You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
This is Halftime with Phil Elson, Matty T, and Matt Jenkins.
My calculations are correct. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious...
Jones for the win. He got it. He got it. He got it. Mason Jones banks in a three with 0.1 seconds to play.
All right, hold on. It's almost halftime.
Middle of the week on a bye week, and still it just feels like we've got more to do than we have time to do it today here on Halftime. So welcome in the studios. It is a gorgeous Wednesday, the prettiest day of the week. Nice to actually have the window open here in the studios at ESPN 99.5 in Springdale. Smackdown and Matty T in the fort outside there. It looks gorgeous, too. The sun is peeking through the window. We've got lots to get to today, which includes, I'm going to add something to our Wednesday traditions now, Smackdown.
What's that?
Now, by the way, we have to do this week. You're going to have to, we still have to crumple the box score from Arkansas's win over Ole Miss.
See, I was curious.
Even if I knew you were going to wonder about that.
I was curious just because I wasn't sure. Because it is a bye week, and technically we still have a week and a half to talk about Arkansas beating Ole Miss. But hey, if that's tradition, I'll follow along with you.
That's just, we want you. I try to do it at the halfway point between the last game and the next game, but that would be Saturday night, and we're not on the radio Saturday, so just going to move it up a little bit, and also try to, I guess in a sense, try to move on a little bit from the overinflation of the football ego right now for us. I think on this show, and maybe for fans that listen to us on a day-by-day basis, that's certainly not a message we'll be delivering to our first guest this morning on Halftime, which is head coach Sam Pittman, joining us at 11:15. I think right now he is on the weekly SEC coaches teleconference and supposed to give us a call when he's off of that. So we will crumple the box score. I'm adding another tradition to it as well, Smackdown. For those who see us on our stream, well, you can see what I've got behind me over my left shoulder here. I added it to the studio last week. For those who can't see what's happening because it's a radio show, I've got a little board back here behind me that I am putting the betting odds and point line for Arkansas's upcoming game. And then when the game is over, I'm putting the score on it. So it currently says Arkansas 33, Ole Miss 21. So along with the box score crumple at 12 noon Smackdown, I'm going to take everything off of this board as well to just try to start to get past the Ole Miss game and start just like the players are doing, just like Ty Clary said last night. Mike Wood said it. They're already game planning for Texas A&M. So let's just mirror them.
So are we taking it off piece by piece, or are we just going to, hit the back of it and just send the letters flying everywhere?
I mean, I don't want to break the thing because I did spend money on it, but I may maybe one by one. It does take a little extra time to get these things off of this little slat board. But
you can handle that, and I'll take care. Me and Matty T will take care of the ASMR portion of the ripping up of the box scores.
So we got you got a lot of Sam Pittman on the radio today, a lot. For one thing, he's on the SEC teleconference now, so I'm sure some of that stuff gets played later on in the day. Coach Pitt coming on our show here for about 10 to 15 minutes. And then there's Sam Pittman live tonight at the Catfish Hole with Hudson Clark. We want to talk about somebody whose life is it almost seems like his life's completely changed in the course of 4 days, completely changed. So, and part of that is obviously the scholarship he's going to be put on in January, and a walk-on freshman is on the coach's show tonight. Just incredible. And then the Morning Rush, I think, has Sam Pittman tomorrow morning, correct?
They do. Sam,
all right.
They can ask anything that you guys forget today.
Tommy did tell me one specific thing we're not supposed to talk about with him because I wanted to save it for that, and it's something about a chicken restaurant or something or a restaurant or something like that. But we'll save the foodie stuff for him here on Halftime. We're going to hit you with the hard-hitting questions.
Good.
We're hard-hitting journalists here on the Halftime.
Well, I was going to ask him if he went and got a free taco last night because of the World Series game. The Dodgers steal 3 bases. Maybe I'd ask him what he thinks about the Mexican pizza, but I want to follow what Tommy wants us to do, so I won't ask him any food.
Now,
We'll stick to football. How about that? We'll stick to football with the football coach.
Well, I can assure you though that Tommy's question was nothing to do with the Taco Bell Mexican pizza. We can get Sam Pittman. I think we need
ask him Heinz 57 most underrated condiment.
Well, that got some heated comments from people.
You really did
yesterday. I didn't realize that Heinz 57 was like an unaccepted condiment somewhere. I mean, it's all just basically different levels of sugared.
It's like if
sauce, right?
I'd say it's like if A1 and ketchup had a baby.
Well, I mean,
that's probably a good way to look at it.
I don't eat babies, but I would eat that one. That's
with Heinz 57 on it though.
Yes, I mean, look, Heinz 57 is delicious, and obviously the first 56 versions didn't work properly.
Well, they didn't have it perfected yet.
Yes.
They say, if you don't get it right, try 56 more times.
Yeah, we'll stay off the food with Coach Pittman, no doubt. Plus, Clay Henry joining us for a couple of segments. And Bill King, although I haven't gotten the confirmation text from Bill yet, he usually does send a yes, sir. It's funny, too, because Bill texts and tweets yes, sir, more than Sam Pittman, I think, has ever said it, although the word obviously is a little more connected to Coach Pittman. We'll connect with the World Series game, 8-3. Dodgers top the Rays. Clayton Kershaw with a fabulous, dominant performance. He's been really good in this postseason. I know he had the one poor start in the championship round against the Dodgers, but, I mean, really, other than that, he's been really, really good. Sound from him, Mookie Betts, great to see. Base stealing, base running, a major reason why the Dodgers won yesterday. You remember, what did I bring up on the on 3 Up, 3 Down the other day? I mean, possibly a main reason why the Braves are not playing in this World Series was because of that base running goof in Game 7 on Sunday. So, and look at what the Dodgers do. They can win in so many different ways. You add a player like Mookie Betts, who can steal bases and is a tremendous fielder, and aside from just being a base stealer, he just runs the bases well. That just makes it's obviously made. They were a dangerous team without him. They're better, much better with him.
We got a text message here on our Periscope page. If you want to chime in on the conversation, call or text us is 877-377-6963 or comment on wherever you're watching our video stream. Mr. Wright, he doesn't give us his first name. He's Mr. Wright. He said he went to the World Series Game 1 last night, and he says that new Rangers ballpark is absolutely beautiful inside.
It looks beautiful, and it looks gigantic. I mean, huge. I don't remember
everything has to be bigger in Texas, right?
I guess. I mean, the old ballpark, Arlington, was it's just a matter of large dimensions, much larger dimensions than before. And the funny thing, too, is like one of the best pitchers' parks, if not the best, in baseball is Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
But I think this park, Globe Life Field, it's not. They've only been open one season, so I mean, I don't really think you can base 1 year versus the 60, however many years Dodger Stadium has been open to figure it out. But yeah, and I guess it doesn't matter with the Dodgers; they can hit it out of any park nonetheless, as they did yesterday a couple of times.
I did find a deal though, because we were joking with Maddie about he's going to be in Dallas this weekend. We're trying to coax him.
Did you give me some tickets?
No, but I did find you some on sale though for about $300, about half the price of what we were talking about.
That's right.
Wow, they're practically giving them away.
Practically.
For you and the lovely lady, that would only be $700 for the both of you together.
See, now you could go for $7 instead. Now, yeah, exactly.
Not bad.
Sounds like a really good time. We close out the show with Change My Mind, and for the first time on Halftime in 2 years, we're going to have a role-playing moment here.
It's the Hit That Line players.
I like where you're going with this. We need to name our acting troupe, because we're going to play out the scene that occurred last night at the Taco Bell drive-thru with the whatever his age was, teenage kid working the window that had absolutely no clue.
This is really theater of the mind.
He had no idea about a promotion that his corporate overlords had commissioned for him from the previous 7 years.
Question: Will there be singing?
No,
okay,
no songs.
Good,
there's no singing. There, we maybe have a little bit of dramatic music in the background. But by the way, also. No ad-libbing, guys. I wrote a script for you.
No
ad-libbing.
Oh, man.
Dang it.
That's where I really shine.
That's how I go to the understudies. That's how we get Tommy Kraft and Ty Richardson in there to play your roles of kid and manager. I get to play Phil, okay?
I did see
All
that.
right with that?
I think maybe you were a day early because I think the promotion, it's the day after.
Well,
Hey,
I got a
when
free
you get-
taco anyway.
Yeah.
I was going to
see.
say, but there's free tacos online. You got to do what you got to do.
We're brought to you by the Fence Man. Put it in your phone, 479-782-3936. That's the number to call if you own a business that needs more, just needs more curb appeal. The Fence Man has a fence that can give you both. Been doing it for over 40 years, and they specialize in custom installations, things like gates and controlled access card readers. That's the Fence Man. That number again, 479-782-3936. The Fence Man is a division of Quantum Property Services. We take you up to 1 o'clock on halftime today. And coming up next, right after he's done with the SEC Coaches Teleconference, it's Arkansas head football coach Sam Pittman. Stay tuned.
I love Arkansas. I love everything here. Give me that thing here.
Your home for every Razorback football game.
College to midfield, the 40, the 30, College at the 20, to the 10, to the 5, to the pylon. Touchdown, Arkansas!
As you can tell, this means a lot, you know.
Only on ESPN 95.3.
Up to $6,500 in savings on 2020 Ford Escape, Fusions, and Edge at Harry Robinson's Salisal Ford. The 2020 Ford Escape, get $4,500 in rebates, plus $1,000 in trade assistance. Only $22,662. Ford Fusions, $4,000 off, just $29,527. And the Ford Edge, $4,500 off, only $30,887. The lowest prices, the best selection. Harry Robinson's Salisal Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisal.
Your locally owned TGI Fridays in Fort Smith is now open for dine-in, curbside to go, and delivery for both lunch and dinner, 7 days a week. TGI Fridays is taking your safety seriously, following every guideline. Enjoy Fridays favorites like appetizers, burgers, sandwiches, salads, all the great Fridays, signature entrees, kids meals, and great desserts. TGI Fridays, now open for dine-in, curbside to go, and delivery. Call 479-484-09.
The month of October, Frankfurt Furniture is offering no sales tax. That's right, Frankfurt Furniture is offering no sales tax for the month of October.
We also offer in-store no-credit check financing, delivery service, and service after the sale. At Frankfurt Furniture, we are family-owned, and we pride ourselves in carrying as many made-in-the-USA products as possible.
Remember, in October, no sales tax at Frankfurt Furniture, your made-in-the-USA headquarters. Frankfurt Furniture, best seats in the house.
When you're looking for outdoor power equipment, head to R-Track, where we've got the area's best selection of tractors and mowers. Check out our side-by-side UTVs, Argo Amphibious XTVs, and Hammerhead go-karts. We rent professional quality equipment and service everything we sell. Stop by today. Get the R-Track advantage.
Off I-40 at exit 58 at 219 East Taylor Road in Clarksville. You can check out their inventory online at rtrack.com.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
This is Pastor Heath from Woodland. I know some of these ads make you glad, but most probably make you mad. The reason is people believe the lie that heals is better than the truth that hurts. Our purpose at Woodland is to risk the hurt by exposing the lies so you can be wise unto salvation. If you'd like to know more, check out our website, woodlandpeople.church. There you can download our app and listen to our podcast. That's woodlandpeople.church.
320 Rogers Avenue in the Stonewood Village Shopping Center.
Hello, sports fans. I know you are ready for sports to return. Hi, this is Sherry Traylor with Floyd Traylor Honda, and we have been proud to be your local hometown dealer for over 43 years. Come out and see us at 3200 South Zero Street and see all of our models we have in stock. Or give us a call at 479-434-5975. And you can check out our full inventory online at trailerhonda.net. And remember to please buy local.
This is ESPN 95.3.
Turn that damn jukebox!
You're listening to Halftime with Phil Elson, Matty T, and Matt Smackdown Jenkins.
I am proud of this football team. I mean, who in the world wouldn't be if you're an Arkansas fan? Now, we'll always find something we have to get better at, and we will. That's our job. But our kids deserve to be happy tonight and celebrate. And yeah, I'm proud of them. I'm proud of our staff. I'm proud of the state. I'm proud of the fans that were out here. And I'm proud for them because tonight they get to go out and be what the Arkansas fan base should be. And that's happy and celebrating and have their chest stuck out. And that's what needed to be done for a long time, and we're just very honored to be a part of it.
So what does a coach do after his team picks up their first conference home win in 4 years, has a bye week on Wednesday? He does a whole bunch of interviews and also hosts his radio show at the Catfish Hole tonight, and then does a lot of that stuff again the next day. And that's head coach Sam Pittman joining us on Halftime this morning here in Fayetteville. Coach Pittman, appreciate you joining us today. How are you doing?
Guys, I'm doing great. Having a good day and having a good week.
I'm sure you are, and I feel that mirrors the way everybody else feels across this state, as you well understand that. So there's no game on Saturday. We don't know what we're going to do with ourselves. We might watch some of the Big Ten games, stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe we might just go outside and enjoy the weather. You got no game to coach on Saturday, so what is it that you will be doing?
Well, we're going to wrap up our practice Thursday evening, and our kids will lift on Friday morning, and then they will obviously go to class, and they're off Friday, the rest of Friday, Saturday, come back Sunday night for a COVID test. I'm going to Lake Hamilton. My wife and I are going to head down and set out on the lake and watch some games and just enjoy life. We bought a house down there for a reason. We're going to go down there and enjoy it.
That sounds outstanding. That sounds like
super
a perfect
yes,
weekend.
Absolutely.
Really does. At that moment, when you're sitting there with your wife on the porch looking out at the lake, do you think you might allow yourself a moment to glance back at what this first month of football has been like for your team? Because to me, you don't seem like somebody that is backwards looking, especially when you've got something to plan for right ahead of you in a game. There's no game on this weekend. So do you allow yourself a moment to just look at what this last month has been like for your program?
No, not really. And it's not because of that. It's just simply because every day of being the head coach at Arkansas, and I mean this, is awesome. I mean, we have problems we have to get fixed. That comes with the job. We have injuries we didn't know of, injuries that come up. We have COVID that comes up, all those stuff. But every single day that I've been here as the head coach at Arkansas has been great, and so will today, and so will Friday, so will Saturday. There's problems that come into it, but you just deal with them. But the bottom line is, I'm the head coach at Arkansas, and it really is an awesome feeling. So there's really no time to look back, because back would be no better than what happened in that particular day, to be honest with you.
Your interview with Scott Van Pelt on SportsCenter has gotten a lot of people across the state just excited, because you've made a statement nationally that you already made when you were hired. I think the day that you were hired at your original press conference, you had said this is going to be your last coaching job. And with the success that the has enjoyed in the first 4 games nationally, I think that is great for people to hear. What do you think that does for your players, for your program, when you make that sort of statement to say, look, this isn't a stepping stone. This is where I'm going to finish my career?
Well, I said it because I mean it. And like you said, I've said it before, and all those things. And I mean this, and I do. I just don't know where else I would go. What is better for the Pittman family than the University of Arkansas, and the answer is that it just can't get better. And so, I said it because I mean it, but I also said it for recruits to know that, hey, if you want to come here, we're going to be here. And I think that means so much on what somebody might look at a stepping stone, well, he'll go to X school, and then in 2 years, if he does well, he'll be at another school. Well, there is no better school for the Pittman family than Arkansas. And so I just want to make that public. Will it cost me $1 or $2 down the road? I don't know, but I make a lot of money, so I'm not in it for that reason. I'm in it to get this thing right and make people proud of the University of Arkansas Razorbacks.
Coach Sam Pittman here with us on Halftime. Coach, I think this bye week is coming at the most opportune time for this team right now because we've had a lot of guys hurt. I'm sure you would agree with this bye week. It kind of gives time for like us fans to reflect on this, but I think for you and your guys, it's a good time for these next week and a half for these guys to get healthy and ready to go next weekend for Texas A&M.
Oh man, we had to have the bye. We were beat up, and now I believe that we can have almost our entire team healthy and ready for A&M, assuming COVID doesn't hit us too bad, But as far as the health of the team, I think we can get them back. And to be honest with you guys, that's what we're trying to do. We went in no pads yesterday. We did practice, and we learned in this COVID era in the walkthroughs that you can surely get great practices, tempo, and things and not necessarily beat each other up. And that's what we did yesterday. So it is a great time for us because we are beat up, but I think we're going to get back healthy. We need to do it this week and have good practices next week. So that's the plan.
I feel like there's probably a fine line for you and your coaching staff to work or to walk because while you, like you just said, you want to get these guys healthy and get them ready to go, and hopefully at that point they should be healthy, while also keeping them in game shape and staying physical and continually to get better. How hard is it for you and your coaching staff to just kind of walk that line just that way you can, A, keep your guys healthy, but B, keep them in quote-unquote game shape?
Well, the game shape part of it is not a problem because the tempo of practice is identical to what it was when we were going in full pads. It's just the physical part of it's not the same. The transition's the same. The tempo of the practice is a tag off instead of a thud up. So those things haven't really changed. What we talked about this week is that we have to have we have to get our mental game in shape. We have to work our mind. We have to know everything about Texas A&M by the time we walk out of here and the kids get a few days off. And, of course, then we have an entire week to prepare for them. But we need to use these 3 days more than anything mentally than the physical aspect of it.
A lot of fans, and rightfully so, the defensive performance that this team has put on, that Barry Odom and his defensive staff has just been nothing short of remarkable. It's been incredible to watch these kids flying around to the football, and they said it several times during the broadcast this past weekend. It looked like you guys were playing with 12 guys on the field at times. What is it about Barry Odom's defensive scheme and his game plan that is giving those defensive kids so much confidence on game days?
Well, that they're able to adapt and adjust. I mean, you didn't see him play Mississippi State the same way that he played Georgia. And you didn't see him play Auburn the same way that he played Ole Miss. And so I think it's his ability to adapt schematically. Now, there's one thing to do that, and then there's another thing for your players to be able to do that. So it tells me that we have outstanding group of defensive communicators, defensive coaches, and then they give them specific tape to watch, whether it be splits of wideouts, back location, offensive tackles, how their stances are, all those things. And in those tapes, it's building confidence. Hey, if I see this, this is what's happening. basically we're trying to get them to play the play before the play starts. And they are building major confidence on that side of the football.
Well, and they're making plays, too. It's like at every level of your defense, whether it's at the line of scrimmage or the linebackers or your secondary, which I think has just been incredible, the secondary, and I'm not sure if I expected that. There are playmakers at every single level, and so there's the idea that, yes, they're being prepared a certain way, but whether it's, Hayden Henry jumping into the backfield as much as he did on Saturday, or Catalan with that hit on Elijah Moore, or Hudson Clark with 3 interceptions, or Zach Williams, the way he played against Mississippi State. There are just playmakers at every level of this defense. That coaching is great, but the kids are making plays.
What I'm most proud of is I don't know how many kids you just mentioned, maybe 5, maybe 6, and I was counting in my mind as you mentioned them, that half of them at least were not starters when the season began. So what you're seeing here is a little more talent than maybe even what I thought we had on the football team, and buy-in. In other words, you get Hayden Henry, who Bumper was out there, who the team believes in unbelievably. And then you go to Hudson Clark, and the team believes in him, and that helps him become even a better player. But you're right, the guys who have stepped in, they've done an outstanding job, but I think a lot of it is they know that the guy playing next to him certainly believes in him. And we talk a lot about, look, make the guy next to you not only believe in you, but make the guy next to you a better football player. And our kids have kind of bought into that.
How good has Traylon Smith been for this team? And to piggyback on top of that, how important do you think it is for both Traylon Smith and Rakeem Boyd to be rolling for your offense to be successful?
Well, to me, that's the key. Obviously, we have Felipe and, of course, Traylon Burks, and a lot of other kids. But we have to establish a running game. And without Traylon Smith, at least 2 of the, possibly 3 of the 4 games that we played this year because of the health of Rakeem, we would be struggling major, or maybe even more than what we are running the football. We have to get to where we can run the football. I believe a healthy Rakeem Boyd will help that situation as well. But we feel like we have 2 starters back there in Traylon and Rakeem.
Coach, when you look at Felipe Franks, I mean, he seems like to me he's gotten better and better and more comfortable, it seems, with the offense each and every game. But stats aside, the leadership that this guy has shown throughout the first 4 games, I think for you as the head coach, you can't ask much more for your starting quarterback. And really, as you said, he's allowed you guys to start a program here at Arkansas.
He has. He's tough. He's smart. I think all of us expect him to make every throw, make every read, make everything because, he's Felipe Franks. He's going to make mistakes as well. But he certainly has been a strong leader on our team, not just on the offensive side of the ball, but on our team. When he stands up and talks, which is not often, everybody listens to him because they know it's coming from his heart, and they know that it's coming from thought. And I'm really proud of him, and he's really tough. And to me, he's a Razorback because he's tough.
Coach Pittman, one more question, and then we'll let you go. I know you got a lot going on today, including the radio show tonight at the Catfish Hole. So you and I sort of connect on a certain word that you even admitted, I think, the other day that you might say too much. The word is damn. But there is something in that word that people in Arkansas just have connected with as well. It's different if you say this is a proud damn state than if you just said this is a proud state. You know what I mean? Why do you think that people connect with it so much? And let me also add, please don't limit the number of times you say it.
Well, my mother, who was the most wonderful person I ever knew in my life, bless her heart, she's up in heaven right now, but I wouldn't say damn so much if my mother was still alive. I promise you. She'd take care of me, I promise you. But I don't know why I say it. I don't know why I say anything. I don't know why I say turn the jukebox up when there ain't no jukebox in there. I don't know all that stuff. I'm just being me, and it's just stuff coming out of my mouth that I probably ought to watch out a little bit more. But when I say it's a proud damn state, it's a proud damn state. I mean, and so you're right. It just sounds better than proud state. And I don't want to offend anybody with the curse word, but I'm proud,
that to me.
And I am proud to be the head coach at Arkansas, and so I just say what I feel.
Coach, we need to get more out on the presser because the Turn the Damn Jukebox On was fantastic. I need that T-shirt that Nike sent you. We need to get that out for everybody else to buy. I need that T-shirt in my life.
Well, I need to put it on. I haven't put it on. I may wear that thing down to the lake this weekend.
You need to.
Outstanding. Send a photo out on Twitter so we can all get a look. Coach.
No. I don't look too good.
Hey, we really appreciate your time. And, if you want to use the term proud, I know that your team has made every single Razorback fan proud for these first 4 games, and certainly we're excited about the future. Thanks for your time. Have a great radio show tonight.
Thanks, fellas. Appreciate you. Have a great day.
Thanks, Coach.
That's Sam Pittman, the head coach of Arkansas football.
I love it.
Yeah. Please don't stop. Please don't stop saying this.
It just sounds good when you say proud damn state.
We need more damn in our lives. I mean, it's not that bad of a word, to be quite honest here.
It doesn't sound as good if you say darn.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it's a proud darn state, Matty T.
Darn it.
Well, that was fun. That was a lot of fun talking with Sam Pittman. Appreciate the guys over there at Razorback Communications for setting that up as well. All right, Clay Henry's joining us in just a little bit, I think for the end of this hour. If you want to react to that interview with Sam Pittman, give us a call or a text, 877-377-6963. Forgot to ask him about the Mexican pizza.
We'll save that for another day.
For somebody else. Yeah, for someone else.
Let's get Clay's thoughts on the Mexican pizza.
Sure. Back on halftime after this.
Build your business with 100% fiber, internet, voice, and cloud services from Ritter Communications. Whether you're a one-man woodworking shop who needs fast, reliable internet complete with TV service, or you're a construction enterprise needing managed voice and networking to connect your multiple sites, our helpful, Arkansas-based team will create a custom solution for you. Visit RitterBusiness.com or give them a call at 888-336-4249 to learn more.
Die-Hard batteries are reliable in the coldest of weather, durable no matter what Mother Nature throws their way, powerful in the face of rain, sleet, or snow. And they're available at Advance Auto Parts with free testing and free installation, no appointment necessary. And this month, enter to win $10,000 and a virtual meet and greet with the Dan Le Batard Show. Advance your auto at Advance Auto Parts and participating CarQuest locations. Text Le Batard to 77333 to enter. Limit 1 entry per day. See advanceautoparts.com for details.
Your locally owned TGI Fridays in Fort Smith is now open for dine-in, curbside to go, and delivery for both lunch and dinner, 7 days a week. TGI Fridays is taking your safety seriously, following every guideline. Enjoy Fridays favorites like appetizers, burgers, sandwiches, salads, all the great Fridays, signature entrees, kids meals, and great desserts. TGI Fridays, now open for dine-in, curbside to go, and delivery. Call 479-484-0906. That's 484-0906. Or order online at Fridays.com. Your locally owned TGI Fridays at I-540 in Rogers and Fort Smith.
Fall is here, and fall fishing is a great way to get outdoors and enjoy the fall season. Jelco Outdoors has all the gear to make your day on the water a success. Rods, reels, bait, clothing, footwear, and much more for the angler. Just arrived. A new shipment of Old Town canoes and fishing kayaks. You can paddle or pedal, or now the new fishing kayaks with trolling motors. Check out the new Old Town kayaks at Jelco Outdoors. And remember, a great day fishing begins at Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
When you want a beer, you go to a bar. When you want top shelf spirits, wines, handcrafted cocktails, and cigars in an atmosphere befitting a destination, you go to 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge. Try our new menu items, including fish and chips, classic club sandwiches, Caesar and Cobb salads, or stick to your favorites. Dine in or carry out. Enjoy our state-of-the-art air filtration system. 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge, defining nightlife in downtown Fort Smith. Doors open at 4 Tuesday through Saturday.
The biggest selection and the lowest prices on a new Buick are at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 2020 Buick Encore has plenty of cargo space, and it's loaded with technology, only $19,995. And the 2020 Buick Envision has all the features and seating for 5. Take $9,000 off, only $28,985. The biggest selection and the lowest prices are at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Van Alma Tire Center between Van Buren and Alma is your one-stop tire and auto center. They offer all the name brand and private label tires for your car, truck, four-wheel drive, semi-trucks, and trailers. Plus, they have lawn and garden tires, too. They do everything from oil changes, alignments for your 2 or 4-wheel drive vehicles to brakes and suspension replacement. And CV axles and bearings, too. All this at Van Alma Tire Center, 6805 Alma Highway, 5 miles east of Van Buren, 2 miles west of Alma.
I told you that front tire needed air.
I know, Dad.
Where's the tire iron? I told you, always keep a tire iron and a jack.
I know, Dad. I got it. Roadside assistance is included with my shelter insurance auto policy. It's one of the reasons you told me to get it, remember?
Maybe you do listen after all.
At Shelter, listening to you is what we do best.
Ask Shelter agents Randy Milam or Brad Howe about a free insurance review.
This is ESPN 95.3.
The Catman is on the mound tonight for the Dodgers. This Tony Gonsolin. He's the Catman. He's the guy who likes cats and openly admits it on the Fox telecast during the NLCS. And Blake Snell pitching for Tampa. Snell was the guy that had that really bad look while the players union and the owners were negotiating leading up to the start of the irregular season. You remember he had that twitch. He was on Twitch, like playing a video game and talking about, I think he said the word dude like 50 times over a 5-minute conversation. It was not a good look for him, but he did pitch pretty well this year. 877-377-6963. Now we're putting that interview with Sam Pittman right now on hitthatline.com, so you'll get a chance to access that. We'll have that separately from the halftime podcast presented by Jeff's Clubhouse. And I always enjoy hearing him speak because I never feel like you're being filled with coach speak from Sam Pittman. I never feel like he is.
Just call it what it is. He's not filling you with BS.
Right. He's real. He's real. Like, and that's a simple way to put it, but I think that's the right way to put it. He is real, and I love listening to him. But then when you bring him on a radio show, I mean, he truly is. He's one of my favorite interviews that I've ever done.
Absolutely.
For this show, just because it feels refreshing, and it must have felt the same way for a lot of the players. And I think he communicates to media differently than he would to his players, but if he communicates to us in a way that makes us feel like he's really listening to the questions, giving you thoughtful answers, not feeding you BS or the coach speak, then, I mean, the players have to feel exactly the same way. It's all about buy-in. I mean, I'll be honest. Like, I didn't want to have the last head coach on the show too often because you never felt like you were being answered. You never really were getting a real answer. And
right.
It's not just the last coach. There's a lot of coaches that are like this.
Yeah.
Sam Pittman's not. It's easy to connect with him. And it's not just because he says, damn.
Lots of good things, though, in that interview when we spoke to him about the bye week and kind of getting players healthy. Phil, I think the biggest thing I took from that, barring COVID issues that could arise, which that's probably one of his top worries right now, just make sure the players do what they do and stay safe about it. The team should be, if not healthier, completely healthy by the time A&M rolls around next weekend. And particularly, we'll have Clay coming on here pretty shortly. On the defensive side of the ball, where they've already been pretty solid so far, if you get those other guys back in there, Adorian Gerald, Bumper Poole's fully healthy, Grant Morgan's fully healthy, we already think this defense is solid. Just can they take the next level, become even greater? Once you get these guys healthy and they're not always having to go back and forth between injuries and go subbing so much, you get a lot of depth back.
Sure. Monteric Brown, there's another one, and that might be like the biggest question heading into next week. If Brown is healthy, does he reclaim his starting job at cornerback? How could you take Hudson Clark off of the field? I mean, I don't think he even missed one snap. I think he and Grant Morgan played every single snap against Ole Miss. So how do you not have Hudson Clark out there for every snap, at least against Texas A&M, and see how that goes? Now, and by the way, I mean, we're not doing a big preview on Texas A&M yet, but you've shut down Ole Miss essentially. I know they were able to move the ball around a little bit, but the six interceptions and the goal line stands and everything, you're going to go up against the Texas A&M team right now that can't throw the ball, that is having a lot of trouble throwing the ball. They do not have a standout wide receiver or tight end to go to right now, but they're running the heck out of it. So, I mean, it's going to be a whole other ball of wax next weekend against Jimbo Fisher's team. It'll be a lot more like, I think, playing against Georgia or against Auburn, and those were the two games that Arkansas lost. You went up against the passing teams in Ole Miss and Mississippi State, and maybe it's a misnomer to call Ole Miss just a passing team because I think they were the number one rushing offense too. They just happen to be well balanced. But I think with A&M, it'll be more about the run defense than it will about the pass defense, because they're just not trusting that set of receivers in Kellen Mond. A&M's winning games with defense and the running game.
If you're able to stop down that running game, and Isaiah Spiller, I believe, you'll be in good shape if you're Arkansas. And you just hope at that point the offense can take the next step. They talked a little bit about this on the Rush this morning. While the Mississippi State and Ole Miss victories are great, and I'm not discounting that at all because you hadn't won anything in the past 2 or 3 years as far as SEC games. I think at preseason you looked at those two games and you thought, yeah, those should be ones that we should win. Now you're going up against A&M, who is I don't think it's fair to say they are a big step up in competition as far as talent-wise. I think we might have thought that about Auburn, but now you kind of see where they are, and quite frankly, we probably should have beat Auburn as well. That's in the past. But if you beat A&M, that's a signature win for this program to really, you're starting to creep over that mountaintop to, getting national recognition. You've got all these guys starting to, you know what, damn it, look at these Razorbacks here. Sam Pittman's got this thing under control. If you're able to go into College Station, which by default is one of the hardest places to go win when it's full, and especially if they're not social distancing and they cram 50,000 in there, it's still a tough place to play. If you're able to go into College Station and get a win, that's a signature win for Pittman to really solidify to recruits. It's like, hey, we got this thing going here. But from a national perception and the narrative, Arkansas takes that next step if you go into College Station and win.
All right, let's step out for the break, bring Clay Henry on to the next segment. Halftime brought to you by Ouachita Farms. This is a state-licensed cannabis farm, processor, and seed labeler in Central Arkansas in Hot Springs Village. And they make a full spectrum of products from their cannabis that are sold at nearly 200 stores all across the state. These are CBD products made right here in Arkansas with no additives, 100% USA-grown hemp. Ouachita Farms is owned by the Owens brothers, David, Jeff, Mark, and Mitchell, all born and raised in Hot Springs, and you can go to WouachitaFarms.com to learn about their personal experiences using plant-based products and how it's helped their life. If you're in Central Arkansas, visit the Tasting Room right off Highway 7 North in Hot Springs Village. Also purchase their products at WouachitaFarms.com. Use the code WPS15 when you check out. That's WouachitaFarms.com. Clay Henry from Hogs Illustrated next to wrap up our first hour, and then we crumple the box score.
Is your Arkansas home at least 10 years old and served by OG&E? OG&E is offering Arkansas customers a no-cost-to-you program to increase your comfort and lower your bills. A trained crew will perform an energy audit at no cost to you, and if your home qualifies, their crews will install measures that can include attic insulation, LED light bulbs, weather stripping, advanced power strips, smoke alarms, carbon monoxide detectors, and much more. The services provided through this program are at no cost to you for qualifying homes. If you or someone you know could benefit from home weatherization improvements, call OG&E today at 800-272-9741. That's 800-272-9741.
It's hot
tub season, so why not invest in your own backyard oasis with Burton Pools and Spas? Hi, Tommy Kraft here. There's no better way to relax after a hard day at work or a rough workout at the gym than with a hot spring spa. And right now, Burton Pools and Spas has everything you need. Hot tubs starting as low as $28.95, and these prices include delivery, cover, and startup chemicals. Hot tubs are great for reducing stress, those achy muscles that won't go away, and helping you get a better night's sleep. Also, check out the Endless Pool Fitness Systems with Burton Pools and Spas. A great way to swim year-round and stay healthy in your pool. Ask about it at Burton Pools and Spas. Also, look at the great end-of-season deals on pool accessories, big green eggs, and outdoor living furniture. Burton Pools and Spas in Springdale and in Fort Smith, and online at burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, they're your source for backyard fun.
Your locally owned TGI Fridays in Fort Smith is now open for dine-in, curbside to go, and delivery for both lunch and dinner, 7 days a week. TGI Fridays is taking your safety seriously, following every guideline. Enjoy Fridays favorites like appetizers, burgers, sandwiches, salads, all the great Fridays signature entrees, kids meals, and great desserts. TGI Fridays, now open for dine-in, curbside to go, and delivery. Call 479-484-0906. That's 484-0906. Or order online at Fridays.com. Your locally owned TGI Fridays at I-540 in Rogers and Fort Smith.
Hertz Car Sales has been serving the River Valley for over 40 years and takes pride in offering exceptional service. Whether you're looking for a car, truck, crossover, or SUV, Hertz offers a big selection of the most popular brands. They're friendly, offer a no-pressure car shopping experience, and their vehicles are high quality and priced competitively. New inventory is arriving daily and trade-ins are always welcome. So make the short drive to 2810 Midland Boulevard, give them a call at 783-1722, or check out their line of quality pre-owned vehicles at buyfromhertz.com.
Full-time farmers, hobby farmers, and landowners, your time is important. Make the most out of that time with a brand new Branson tractor from Bush Machine and Tractor in Fort Smith. With tractors from 19 to 105 horsepower, we have a tractor that will fit your needs. Ask Bush Machine and Tractor about their special financing options and free loader rebates. Bush Machine and Tractor in Fort Smith is Arkansas's #1 Branson dealer. Check their inventory at bushtractor.com.
Dee's Family Restaurant of Alma at 39 Column Lane across from the water park is now reopened and ready to serve you. We're open 5:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week. Breakfast is served all day and our full menu is available at 10:30 a.m. All you can eat steak on Thursday night, cooked order prime rib on Friday night, and now we deliver on Waiter. Curbside and to go is still available. Call ahead 632-1014.
This is Brett Good, former Razorback and Super Bowl champion with the Green Bay Packers. Everyone loves to be on a winning team. That is why I have joined Henderson Phillips Employer Solutions. Henderson Phillips can help you tackle all your employee benefit, health insurance, and staffing management solutions. Plus, I can help you with any commercial or personal insurance need. Come join my team at Henderson Phillips. Call me, Brett Good, at 479-651-2292. That's 651-2292.
This is ESPN 95.3. You're listening to Halftime with Phil Elson, Matty T, and Matt Smackdown Jenkins.
Corral is in the gun. Boucher creeping up to the line on the other side. Now he drops back. Corral's going to throw. Short over the middle. Intercepted. Grant Morgan at the 20. Morgan to the 10-yard line. To the 5. Touchdown, Arkansas. Grant Morgan with a nifty move at the 5-yard line. And the Razorbacks score.
Now, back to the guys. Here's Phil Elson, Matty T, and Smackdown.
Bringing on Clay Henry from Hogs Illustrated here for the next couple of segments on Halftime. Just checking the clock. It is still morning. Okay. Good morning, Clay. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great. Yeah, I've been listening to you guys, and y'all had the damn ball coach on a little earlier. And,
the damn ball coach.
I use that term affectionately. I use that. Well, if Steve Spurrier was the ball coach, then this guy's the damn ball coach. I mean, I use that term affectionately. You know, I live here just off the Norfolk River, and we refer to the dam man all the time. You know, he turns on the generators and the water comes down and we have to get out of the river, and he's like, the dam man did it again. And, you know, there's no other way to reference it.
The damn ball coach. I think that works. Let's not try to get the nickname on him just yet after 4 games, but I do like that.
No,
so,
it's okay. Yeah. It's
okay.
not. No, we don't have to. Yeah. Just me. Just me.
So the conversation about Arkansas football is totally different than it was a month ago. This is now a darling team nationally. I don't think I'm stepping out of line saying that. You know, there are columnists. I'm reading Tony Barnhart. I'm reading all these other columnists saying how Sam Pittman has done the greatest coaching job that they've seen when it comes to a 180 turnaround is what it feels like. So we're not getting ahead of ourselves, are we?
No, and there's so many players, and this was my story lead after the game. There's, you know, usually you have a great victory and you say, that guy, that's the hero. Well, you couldn't do that in this game. You just go down the list. Well, you know, it's Hudson Clark, it's Grant Morgan, it's, you know, the guys were in the morning show, the morning rush they were like, okay, the Brandon Burlsworth Trophy, Hudson Clark's got a leg up. I said, wait a minute, guys, Grant Morgan was a walk-on too. I mean, his body of work's a little bigger, and he's also a senior. I think that's the guy that's going to be nominated for the Burlsworth Award. But that's what we're dealing with. And you could say, well, the heroes were all of those defensive coaches. You know, Ryan Rhodes for what he's done with the linebackers, and Sam Carter's. You know, it's been terrific. These are cornerbacks that never turn to find the ball. Of course, they're playing man-to-man. It's a different scheme. But they high-point it. They think the ball's theirs. I mean, you throw into that secondary, and there's a chance that they're going to get it. And it's a greater chance than it was at any point in the last, I'd say, since Lewis Campbell was coaching the secondary. And that goes back into the 90s. And Lewis really worked hard on, of course, Hudson tied, Lewis is one of those guys that had 3 interceptions, but the way you do it is you high point the ball. You know, you get it, and that's the way it is. And you could say Jalen Catalon is the hero. You could pick out any number of guys that you thought were in. Guys that are on the goal line that made plays, the Catalan did that, but if you just put your field glasses on Jonathan Marshall and watch him on every play and what he's doing, shoving guys around, shoving double teams around, and making life miserable for those offensive line and the center especially, you could say at any point that he's your hero because that's something that's been missing.
The unglorious life of a nose tackle, right? You're eating up a couple of blockers and letting everybody else make the plays and get the glory. But I've noticed that about Marshall too. He has been a load. And
then you see him on the wedge, and they've kind of cleaned that little area up, the punt protection, the shield, and just after the punt's over, watch him. Because he runs down the field and he's not slow. Now he's not going to be down there with the gunners, but if the initial guys don't get him, 10 yards later, he's going to smoke that guy. I mean, he will. He's done it about 3 times. Open field, beautiful tackles, and for a nose tackle, that isn't no easy thing. But he definitely has some quickness in his feet, and he's going to be drafted and make some money. The NFL. He can play and do exactly what he's doing right now at the next level.
Scott Clay Henry here with us on Halftime. Clay, I think one of the biggest things I took away from our interview with Sam Pittman was when I asked him about the bye week and just how important it is for health-wise for this team to get healthy when you've seen so many guys, particularly on the defensive side of the ball, banged up. I mean, you got Grant Morgan, Bumper Poole, and we've mentioned several of them here. Yet the defense is still playing supremely well right now. I mean, it just has me thinking, if these guys get truly healthy, and he mentioned this, he said, barring COVID, this team should be completely healthy or really close to it by the time the Texas A&M game rolls around next Saturday. Could this defense take another step forward and become even more dominant?
Well, what you're going to have is you've got a team that's preparing for them, and they'll do it Texas A&M will do a good job. Jimbo's got a good offensive mind. So you need that week to do more than just heal up. But you're right, and they've got a little bit of a question. Well, do you start Hudson Clark? Do you start Monteric, or do you figure out a way to start them both so that they can both be starters for a play or two? Then you start rotating them. But yeah, it's interesting because Bumper Poole is one of their best players, and Grant Morgan is not healthy, and he did leave the game. He didn't play every snap. He hurt his hand as well as his elbow, and he was in the tent for a little while during the Ole Miss game. So he's a guy that desperately needed a week off, and I think Bumper needed. I think he's probably playing with cracked ribs. That's the best explanation that I've got. Not truly broken, but and if you've had those, there's nothing that you can do playing football that makes them feel good.
Yeah, no kidding.
Don't take a deep breath right after you've run 30 yards and see how that feels. And
just
I had
breathing.
cracked ribs one time. Yeah, it's not any fun. And they can numb them up. They can do some things, and they do that. And I'm sure they for him to play at Auburn, I'm sure they were able to. But got to stop doing that at some point. It's like let them heal.
Hey, Clay, stick around for the next segment. All right.
You got it. Enjoy.
Great. Print out a box score too if you haven't already done so, because we've got something to do in a couple of minutes, which we always do. The Wednesday after Arkansas plays, and it's time to, in some ways, move ahead, move past the Ole Miss victory, and start getting a look at what's happening next Saturday. Arkansas versus Texas A&M. Aggies also have the bye week, so both teams will be rested, and we'll talk with Clay about that. Got any questions? Let us know, 877-377-6963, and we're right back after this.
Do you have sleep apnea? Are you tired of dealing with a CPAP every night? The noise, the constant cleaning, your wife telling you she can't take the noise anymore. Dr. Bo Sparkman at Family Dental Care of Fort Smith can help you with sleep apnea with a custom dental appliance that allows you to get rid of that annoying CPAP. Dr. Sparkman has years of experience and has treated hundreds of patients just like you. Call for your appointment today, 785-1419. That's 785-1419. Get rid of your CPAP with Family Dental Care of Fort Smith.
Randall Ford is excited to announce their state-of-the-art mobile service van, stocked with all the latest tools and technology needed to service your vehicle. Everything from oil changes, warranty repair, battery, software updates, brake jobs, and so much more. All is done with your convenience and safety in mind. We'll come to your office or home to provide professional service the Randall Ford way. Stop by today at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue, or check us out online 24/7. RandallFord.com. Ford, the #1 selling brand in America.
River City Bistro is Fort Smith's favorite place for lunch and dinner. Open 7 days a week, both on the open-air patio and air-conditioned dining room for your safety and comfort. River City Bistro is locally owned and open weekdays 11 to 8, Saturdays 10 to 8, and Sundays 10 till 3. Want River City Bistro curbside to go? Just search on Facebook or Instagram for River City Bistro or go to rcbistro.com. River City Bistro, 7320 Rogers Avenue in the Stonewood Village Shopping Center.
Fitness will always be about keeping a routine. And the best routines in life will always make time for enjoying yourself. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. AB Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
New Bud Light Seltzer?
Yep.
A hard seltzer with a hint of fruit flavor.
Yep.
Can I try one?
Yep.
That tastes great.
Told you.
Bud Light Seltzer, unquestionably good. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer, IRC Beers, beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
Wave Rural Connect is bringing state-of-the-art fiber internet, TV, and phone service to your home. Get amazingly fast fiber internet as low as $49.95 per month. TV packages start at $32.95. Fiber phone service starts at $29.95. Go to signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-4WAVE-RC to find out if we're installing in your area. Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
Chance of a few isolated showers or thunderstorms across the north tonight. Otherwise, we'll start to clear the skies. Overnight lows will drop down into the low 60s. An increase in the sunshine Wednesday, our high in the low 80s. And Thursday, right back to sunshine, our high into the low 80s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Weather is brought to you by OG&E Weatherization Program for Arkansas customers with homes at least 10 years old. Call 1-800-272-9741 for details or log on to OGE.com.
I hate everything you just said. KERX Paris Fort Smith. This is Halftime, coming at you from the Bushlight Studios on ESPN 95.3.
They're hilarious.
You guys are awesome, baby. You have these guys, ESPN in Arkansas. They do a good job.
Live from the Bushlight Studios.
I love Arkansas. I love everything here. Give me that thing here.
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station.
Why did that happen in Fayetteville, Arkansas?
Dixon Street. It'll get you.
Streaming live from
Hit that line.
.com.
You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
This is Halftime with Phil Elson, Matty T, and Matt Jenkins.
My calculations are correct. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious...
Jones for the win. He got it. He got it. He got it. Mason Jones banks in a three with 0.1 seconds to play.
Hey, hold on. It's almost halftime.
We wondered if we were really going to do this. This morning I was thinking about it, and do you have to move on?
We do.
From your first home conference win in 4 years at the usual time when you were on a bye week? And the answer is yes. We can't celebrate this thing for 2 weeks, okay? You're going to have to move on. So, here you go. Arkansas 33, Ole Miss 21. Clay, you printed one out too?
I did. Here it is.
All right, you're it. Here it is. Ah, that felt good. I'm going to take the score down here instead of take all the letters and numbers out one at a time.
Well, that's not fair. You got no.
Well, it would take too long. It would take too long in this radio. We've got to speak. I've got to focus on conversing with you guys.
You don't save this stuff, though, Phil?
No, they have the internet, and so I'll use that if I have to get to it. But I understand why you would keep your box scores. Like I have my scorebooks from baseball, so I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't throw out any page of the scorebook because I want to know if I need to go back and look at something I can. That's why you keep all the box scores. But did I ruin this for you by asking you to crumple the box score, Clay?
No, I kind of faked it. I pulled.
What? Come
on.
I
pulled a sheet from the very last page that's the quickie fourth quarter stats. So that's what I wadded up.
Okay, well,
that's
at least
the magic
you threw
of
part
radio,
of it out
because it did sound like
it really did.
It sounded like the top sheet, didn't it?
That's right.
Yeah, but it's stapled together. It was going to have to be the top sheet or the back sheet. It couldn't have been anything in between. So, I mean, I guess it could have been. You would have just had to tear it away from the staple, but it's so much easier. But I did not want to tear this top sheet off.
We got 2 text messages in here. We got B in Clarksville. He says, Phil, that was our worst crumple yet. I'm a little offended, B. You hurt my feelings a little bit. W. Wick says that must be cathartic after a loss, but bittersweet after a win.
Yeah.
Obviously, I was reading my own headlines after the Ole Miss win. I got to do better on the crumple. And I don't have a crumple next week. Gosh, what am I going to do? You're going to have to do the meat hooks in a week, SmackDown, and get excited about Arkansas playing A&M. That's fine.
Maybe you can crumple something from one of the baseball games.
We could crumple the 2020 Pittsburgh Pirates season.
Oh,
last game of the Fall World Series.
There you go.
I think that's a great idea, Clay. And by the way, SmackDown, the entire 2020 Pirate Series was crumpled as soon as 2019 ended. That's just how it works.
The Pirates just crumpled, period.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. They're one of those crumple zones on the freeway where you smash into the wall and it just goes.
You look in the dugout and they're crumpled. They're crumpled souls. Yeah.
And, that's well said.
There's crumpled little cardboard people in the stands. They're crumpled. Yeah.
Clay, let me read you some numbers here defensively. The SEC ranks and national ranks for Arkansas. Third best on third down conversion defensively, 32%, 19th best in the country. Second best when teams come inside the 20-yard line at not allowing them to score. 9 touchdowns on 18 trips for Arkansas opponents inside the red zone. 5th best nationally, incredible. 2nd best turnover margin in the league, 7th best in the country. Lead the nation in interceptions. Lead the nation in defensive touchdowns. Offense does not have these sort of numbers, nor do they necessarily need to. But right now, I mean, you've got your defense outplaying the offense, and actually by quite a bit.
Yeah, so let's take all those numbers, and so guess who's looking at those numbers right now? I mean, he's looking at them, and they're jumping right off the page to him. Those exact same things the analytics that Jimbo Fisher. So what's he going to do against Arkansas? He's not going to throw it. He's going to run it. And, I mean, that's what they do anyway. But bad things happen when you throw it up against this Arkansas secondary. They have proven that they are ball hawks, and in the truest sense they are. And, whether, it's they get lined up right, they don't make mistakes, they don't bust, they tackle. But, when I watch Mississippi State, it's like they're continuing to throw, and their best plays were wide running plays, away from that three-man front, and they just weren't patient enough to do it. I think the A&M will be patient enough to stay after that. It might lead to a low-scoring game. It might play right into Arkansas's hands because Arkansas can score. They may not can score in bunches offensively, but the way to beat Arkansas is to make sure that you don't give them a pick six. They gotten 3 already this year, right?
Yeah,
And
that's right.
that's
Tied
their
with
2
Kentucky for the
victories.
national lead.
Yeah, that's their 2 victories. They got 1 against Mississippi State. They got 2 against Ole Miss, and there's some other interceptions kind of sprinkled in there too. So that's the formula. So there will be adjustments against Arkansas, and then of course you guys have already in the previous segment given the good news is that this will be a more healthy Arkansas team that might be better against the run with some more guys back. Dorian Gerald is a run stopper, and they've missed him at defensive end. He's a big, strong, physical guy that can rush the passer, but that's what he really improved upon the spring before that we had. That's what he looked like in the spring, and John Chavis said he can really play the run. So that's a good thing if you get him back. And it probably is people aren't really understanding what he might mean to this team because they haven't seen him in 2 years. Saw him for a quarter, to start last season, and you haven't really seen him but, maybe a quarter this year.
Clay, what about Jalen Catalano? We've talked so much about what Bumper Pool has meant to this defense, Grant Morgan, Hudson Clark. Jalen Catalon, I think, you could argue between him, Grant Morgan, and Bumper Pool has been like the defensive MVP. He's been everywhere. How can he go about helping out stopping the run? Let's just assume that Dorian Gerald might be out for this A&M game. I mean, hopefully he's back, but let's assume. What can Catalon do to help slow down this run game?
Yeah, so he's a guy that really plays his keys, and he understands in an instant whether it's run or pass. And you say, well, how do you do that? Well, safeties, they key on guards. And a guard, if it's a pass set, then they're stepping back normally. And A&M is not a big RPO team, so they're not going to confuse you there. They're traditional. They're going to drop back and throw with Mond, or sprint out, which is the same key. The guard is going to pull and tell you that you can tell that. So he reads his keys immediately. And if it's a run play, he's down in the box in an instant. I think you've seen that. He's made tackles in both areas of the field, both against the run and against the pass. And he does not miss tackles, and he does not miss reads. There are no false steps by Jalen Catalon. He was a two-way player in high school, really an outstanding defensive player, played quarterback. But what he is, he's the glue guy. He's the guy that gets everybody lined up right. He understands the scheme. He is they call him the Iron Man, and that he is iron as far as reads and being on the field. And I'd been told almost from the point that he signed that he would be the, quote, honey badger too. I mean, Tyrann Mathieu that's playing for the Kansas City Chiefs now, just the ability to be such an impact player as a safety. You could play him at corner. He played some corner in high school, but his high school coach says, why not put him in the middle of the field and not hold him back and let him recognize and go make plays? He's a guy that's going to recover fumbles. He's going to strip the ball, and he's gonna intercept passes. He's exactly what the Honey Badger was for LSU.
You know, and what else he is, Clay, and I think I heard Kari Johnson and Hudson Clark both talking about, and it's amazing to think that Jalen Catalon is a redshirt freshman, but the true freshmen view him as a leader amongst themselves. You know, they're talking about how he was teaching them the coverages and all of that. He's different than your usual redshirt freshman.
No question. He's got, they say, the it factor. I mean, he could be a coach. He is like a coach on the field, and he has, I call it the magic, and it's easy to see when you watch him. If you no false steps, and when he decides to go, it's top speed almost immediately, which that's football speed. And then the other part that when you hear him in an interview, it is incredible. It is like, wow. And it's been like that for everybody that they brought into those Zoom interviews. In fact, I was telling Kyle Parkinson, this has been a breath of fresh air. I was really disappointed when I realized that all of our interviews were going to be phone or Zoom, because it's really hard to engage. Now, you guys just had Coach Pittman on, and you can engage with him in any media. I mean, whether it's phone, Zoom in person, he engages, and you get the real Pittman. These players are just like that. They brought in Hudson Clark after that game, and you tell me he's a redshirt freshman, and it was his first start. He just went through that interview and just told you exactly what they did and how they did it and how he felt about it and what was going on with the team. I mean, it was really good stuff. And it was, and for a young player that's never been in that situation, to me, it was telling in what they have. And there's no stammering, no missed words. And there's no attempt to hide anything. It's like, well, we're playing zone. We're reading their eyes. We're doing this, and this is how we believe that we can play, and this is what our coaches tell us that we are. And I just think it's an awful lot of fun right now, guys. And you say this was a team that's been kind of adopted by the national media. Well, it's easy to see why. They're fun to watch and fun to be around. They're not what I would call a great team by any stretch. They've got a long way to go, but there's so many things that each week you see, well, they're doing that better now. They fixed that in special teams. They still got it. I'm sure Sam, feels like he probably should have left his defense out there and punt safe on the fake punt. That's something they'll do better next time. And Coach Odom's probably got it. It's like, I thought about that. Wished I'd have said it. Wished I would, made you do it. So there's some things that they can do better, and they can catch all their passes. They're not doing that. Their screen game has always been good under Briles, and they haven't really gotten that rolling yet. And you saw the way the linemen were lined up and had a picket fence set up for Boyd, and the pass just kind of floated out there, and he didn't attack it, kind of set on his heels, and then he dropped it. And did y'all watch Briles? He fell to the ground on that play. I mean, he just threw himself on the ground. Oh, yeah. It was only about 5 yards in front of him. And I looked at the sideline with my field glasses, and he just flopped like somebody had shot him from the upper deck. It's like he knew it. I don't know if it had been a touchdown, but it was probably going to be about 40 yards. And then, of course, that was third down, so they killed the clock, and that would have been 3 more minutes of the game. You might not have gotten to Hudson Clark's last interception if they complete that screen pass.
Hey, Clay, before we let you go, real quick, want to get your thoughts on this. It just popped in my head when you were talking about that screen pass. Do you think there's a scenario for this season, and maybe as soon as this Texas A&M game, where Traylon Smith gets to start over Rakeem Boyd? Because a lot of fans have come out and said, and I tend to agree with them, this offense seems more successful, can move the ball better when Traylon Smith is in the game. That may be because Rakeem Boyd's been injured, and that's besides the point. But do you think there's a scenario where Traylon Smith gets the nod to start at running back over Rakeem Boyd?
If Boyd's not fully healthy, but just think about this, guys. It would be really tough not to start Rakeem against Texas A&M. That's his old school.
That's his school. That's right.
I think he played terrific last year against Texas A&M. I would hate to see that, just because of what he's meant as a leader. You know, he is a terrific person. You know, clearly he was not full speed in this game, and you know, wanted to get back to help this team. But I will say this, for both of those guys, they're having to bring their own blocker an awful lot. They're not getting very many creases, and it's the run game has to improve, first of all, with a little better blocking. But I think Rakeem is, if he continues to look like he did in that game, I get that, but he means an awful lot to this team, and I think this game coming up means a lot to him. So another 14 days to rehab and to rest that. But if he doesn't get back to what he was last year, I understand that thought. Probably not this week, but Sam is pretty good at handling these players. They trust him, and they understand that when he says something, it's the real Sam Pittman talking. It's not. There's no other. There's not a, okay, this is the guy one day and this is the guy the next. It's always the damn ball coach.
We're gonna be using that term, I think, for a while now. So thanks, Clay. We'll make sure you get credit for it. And thanks for your time as always. Clay. It's always fun talking with you. Have a great rest of the week.
Enjoyed it. Thank you. Y'all are doing a nice job. It's fun, isn't it?
It sure is. It sure is. That's Clay Henry from Hogs Illustrated. Of course, you can read him at Whole Hog Sports as well. For those that are listening in Baxter County, don't delay your health care any longer. Baxter Regional Medical Center is open and doing everything safely. Surgeries, procedures, seeing patients across all service lines. All of their team members properly wearing PPE. Separate care areas for COVID and non-COVID patients. They'll screen you at the door. Everybody's got a mask on. Sanitizing stations throughout all the facilities and clinics. If you want to learn more or to schedule a procedure, go to baxterregional.org and learn about all the precautions that they're taking. So don't delay your care any longer. baxterregional.org to learn more. Right back after this.
I love Arkansas. I love everything here. Give me that thing here.
Your home for every Razorback football game.
College to midfield, the 40, the 30, College at the 20, to the 10, to the 5, to the pylon. Touchdown, Arkansas!
As you can tell, this means a lot,
Only on ESPN 95.3.
The biggest selection and the lowest prices on a new Buick are at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 2020 Buick Encore has plenty of cargo space, and it's loaded with technology. Only $19,995.
The month of October, Frankfurt Furniture is offering no sales tax. That's right, Frankfurt Furniture is offering no sales tax for the month of October.
We also offer in-store no-credit check financing, delivery service, and service after the sale. At Frankfurt Furniture, we are family-owned, and we pride ourselves in carrying as many made-in-the-USA products as possible.
Remember, in October, no sales tax at Frankfurt Furniture, your made-in-the-USA headquarters. Frankfurt Furniture, best seats in the house.
When you're looking for outdoor power equipment, head to R-Track, where we've got the area's best selection of tractors and mowers. Check out our side-by-side UTVs, Argo Amphibious XTVs, and Hammerhead go-karts. We rent professional quality equipment and service everything we sell. Stop by today. Get the R-Track advantage.
Off I-40 at exit 58 at 219 East Taylor Road in Clarksville. You can check out their inventory online at rtrack.com.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
This is Pastor Heath from Woodland. I know some of these ads make you glad, but most probably make you mad. The reason is people believe the lie that heals is better than the truth that hurts. Our purpose at Woodland is to risk the hurt by exposing the lies so you can be wise unto salvation. If you'd like to know more, check out our website, woodlandpeople.church. There you can download our app and listen to our podcast. That's woodlandpeople.church.
For the month of October, Frankfurt Furniture is offering no sales tax. That's right, Frankfurt Furniture is offering no sales tax for the month of October.
We also offer in-store no-credit check financing, delivery service, and service after the sale. At Frankfurt Furniture, we are family-owned, and we pride ourselves in carrying as many made-in-the-USA products as possible.
Remember, in October, no sales tax at Frankfurt Furniture, your made-in-the-USA headquarters. Frankfurt Furniture, best seats in the house.
When you're looking for outdoor power equipment, head to R-Track, where we've got the area's best selection of tractors and mowers. Check out our side-by-side UTVs, Argo amphibious XTVs, and Hammerhead go-karts. We rent professional quality equipment and service everything we sell. Stop by today. Get the R-Track advantage.
Off I-40 at exit 58 at 219 East Taylor Road in Clarksville. You can check out their inventory online at rtrack.com.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782.
He got in. Greg Brooks hit him. The Razorbacks have held again.
Find us on 99.5 and 1290 in Northwest Arkansas, 95.3 in Fort Smith in the River Valley, 96.3 in Hot Springs in Central Arkansas, 104.3 in Harrison and Mountain Home, and everywhere on hitthatline.com. Now, back to the guys. Here's Phil Elson, Matty T, and SmackDown.
I was planning on a dramatic retelling of the story of the kid at the Taco Bell drive-thru last night that doesn't know his own corporate overlord's promotions. We can get to that in a little bit because I think we'll have some time later on. I did promise that about 12:15, but I think we'll have to hold on to it for just a bit. Some updated stuff involving Razorback sports. Kevin McPherson reported on it earlier today. Arkansas will be heading to Stillwater, part of the SEC Big 12 Challenge, on January 30th. That'll be a Saturday. I don't know if they put the game time, but so good. That ought to be a really interesting game. Cade Cunningham.
I was going to say that's going to be the big matchup because Cade Cunningham, we talked a lot about him prior to football season, but now you get a quote-unquote rematch between Cade Cunningham and Moses Moody, who were teammates at Montverde Academy. So it'll be a good matchup, and it's always one of the fun ones. In Arkansas, Oklahoma State have met a few times in this contest before. They're all-time 3-3. The Razorbacks are in the SEC Big 12 Challenge. There's some other good matchups that have been reported. None of these have been confirmed yet by the reporting outlets, but it is confirmed this January 30th via the Razorback website. But, I mean, that SEC Challenge, you get Florida at West Virginia, Texas at Kentucky, Kansas at Tennessee, Auburn at Baylor, which might be a sneaky good matchup.
Texas Tech LSU's pretty
Texas
good
Tech
one.
LSU will be a good one. So
Auburn Baylor ought to be outstanding.
That's going to be a really good one, and I think Kansas Tennessee will be pretty decent as well. So lots of good matchups there in Arkansas. We'll travel to Stillwater, Oklahoma, for the SEC Big 12 Challenge.
Also, Game 4 of Razorback Baseball's Fall Series today at 3 o'clock. They've moved Friday's game to tomorrow because of expected rain all day on Friday. All right, 877-377-6963. Eddie in Clarksville. Hi, Eddie. You're on halftime. What's up?
Good afternoon, gentlemen, and good afternoon to the fan base. As I'm really enjoying your show today. You know, I was listening to Clay. When you talk about Mr. Catalan, so many heroes on this defense, but I haven't seen a defensive back hit like that since Steve Atwater. I mean, when he hit, or Ken Hamlin, when he hits you, it's like a freight train hits you. And we don't have an opportunity. I'd like to praise, by the way, thank you, Mr. Clay, the damn ball coach, and that's exactly what he is. Media across the country better be putting Coach Pittman on your ballots as Coach of the Year. What a turnaround. What a story. If I'd have fit in or no, I'm so be brief. On Halloween night, in less than 2 weeks, we're bringing the hot train into College Station, and we're not going down there to blow a little steam. We're going down there to win that ball game And I'm asking Kendall Brown, I'm asking every member of the offensive line, every member on the offensive side of the ball, for my skilled players, quarterback, running back, are you coming to play? Because your defense, you may have to carry your defense. This game always goes down to the wire. I got the score right now if you come to play, because you're going to have to put some points on that scoreboard down there in College Station. If you do, when we leave, that whistle is going to be blowing on the home train. I mean, what a great story. We need everybody's jumping aboard the home train. And we need you to bring Kendall Brown your bag of tricks and treats. If you do, hey, what a story. We got 6 games left. And we don't have a chance to roll every one of them. I'm aboard. Fans that have jumped off the board, the whole train, will jump back aboard, fasten your seatbelt, and come along for the ride, because it's going to be a fun game to watch. Thank you for taking my call. All aboard.
Thanks for the call, Eddie. Real quick before we hit this commercial, I want to tell you about Buffalo Wild Wings. They got lots of good wing choices. Got great new wing sauces, pizza sauce, lemon pepper, orange sauce, and Phil's favorite, the Carolina Reaper. Lots of choices for you and your family. The cold beer is fantastic at Buffalo Wild Wings. You can find locations in Little Rock, Fort Smith, Sherwood, Jonesboro, and in Conway. We got Change Your Mind coming up next. We'll see if we can also get in our dramatic reading. More halftime coming up next.
Wheels RV in Northwest Arkansas wants you to get out and explore this fall. Wheels has the luxury brands you can depend on to keep you camping. Brands like Grand Design, Alliance, KZ, and the all-new solar-powered Vibe. And with a lifetime warranty on every new unit and a mobile service shuttle, you can relax and know that your RV will stay like new year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Build your business with 100% fiber, internet, voice, and cloud services from Ritter Communications. Whether you're a one-man woodworking shop who needs fast, reliable internet complete with TV service, or you're a construction enterprise needing managed voice and networking to connect your multiple sites, our helpful, Arkansas-based team will create a custom solution for you. Visit RitterBusiness.com or give them a call at 888-336-4249 to learn more.
This time of year is hectic, and we know you have things to do and places to be. Southern Tire Mart can help you get there and save you money on America's most trusted brands like Michelin and B.F. Goodrich. Take advantage of our $29.95 oil change, which includes a 27-point vehicle inspection. Come see us at Southern Tire Mart just off I-540 at exit 14 in Fort Smith today for quality Michelin and B.F. Goodrich tires and the best-in-class service. Get where you need to be with Michelin, B.F. Goodrich, and Southern Tire Mart.
I'm Steve Womack, a candidate for Congress, and I approve this message. Over the next couple of months, our nation will make one of the biggest decisions in the history of our democracy. Unlike elections in the past, we won't just be casting our votes for different candidates. Instead, we will be voting for 2 different ways of life. I ran for Congress because America needed strong leaders. As a businessman, former mayor, retired colonel, and now your congressman, I'm standing firm to protect our country from those like Nancy Pelosi and the Democrat left wing who are dividing our country and pursuing a socialist agenda that threatens our economy and our domestic security. They must be defeated. Failure is not an option. The stakes are high. I'm asking you to stand with us. Vote absentee, vote early, or vote on November 3rd. Just vote. Our nation depends on it. Paid for by Womack for Congress.
They say, trust the process. But if enjoyment isn't part of that process, don't trust the process. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. AB Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
New Bud Light Seltzer?
Yep.
A hard seltzer with a hint of fruit flavor.
Yep.
Can I try one?
Yep.
That tastes great.
Told ya. Bud Light Seltzer, unquestionably good. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer, IRC Beers, beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
For the month of October, Frank Bro Furniture is offering no sales tax. That's right, Frank Bro Furniture is offering no sales tax for the month of October. We also offer in-store no credit check financing, delivery, and service after the sale. At Frank Bro Furniture, we are family owned and we pride ourselves in carrying as many made in the USA products as possible. Remember, in October, no sales tax at Frank Bro Furniture, your made in the USA headquarters, 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Frank Rowe Furniture, best seats in the house.
Randall Ford is excited to announce their state-of-the-art mobile service van, stocked with all the latest tools and technology needed to service your vehicle. Everything from oil changes, warranty repair, battery, software updates, brake jobs, and so much more. All is done with your convenience and safety in mind. We'll come to your office or home to provide professional service the Randall Ford way. Stop by today at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue, or check us out online 24/7. RandallFord.com. Ford, the #1 selling brand in America.
This is ESPN 95.3. You're listening to Halftime with Phil Elson, Matty T, and Matt Smackdown Jenkins.
That's how I feel. And I'll say this, those are some sick people. Mentally sick.
85% of the world's working. The other 15 come out here.
And don't you ever put your finger on me. You hit me, Earl. You put your finger on me.
So my whole frustration comes in offensive rebound. The entire thing came down to offensive rebound. They got every offensive rebound. We didn't get one of them.
I thought it was horrible, disgusting, embarrassing, shameful. You do it again and I'll knock you right in your nose. It's stuck.
I mean, if you're not going to recover Greg Graham, if you're just going to let him drive by you, if the rest of you are going to let him catch the ball outside the 3-second lane and drive all the way in here without one guy challenging him, then I'm leaving and you guys will run till you can't even suffer.
We couldn't do diddly poo offensively.
I'm tired of this.
People are sick when they do something like that.
I'm sick and tired of an 8-10 record.
Absolutely friggin' sick.
I'm tired of losing to Purdue.
We couldn't run the ball. We didn't try to run the ball. We couldn't complete a pass. We sucked.
I'm not here to f*** around this week.
What else do you want to know?
Stolen bases are a thing for me. That's how I create runs. That's how I cause a little havoc on the bases, and so I take pride in stealing bases. And once I get on the base passes, I'm just trying to touch home, and however I get there is how I get there. But I'm going to be aggressive on the base pass.
So much focus on stealing bases when it comes to base running, but Mookie Betts showed you how to do it in so many ways yesterday. The double steal that put him at third base. Already, you had more stolen bases on that one play than you have had in some entire World Series over the last 20, 25 years. I went back and looked at it. And then when you saw how Mookie Betts scores from third base, because of the secondary lead that he got and the instincts that he got, and just barely beats a throw from Diaz, the Tampa Bay first baseman. It was all because of instincts. It was all because of knowledge of how to run the bases, and it's sort of like watching a professor do his thing up in front of the class on a national scale. It was really fun to watch him do that. And then, of course, the Dodgers do bop a couple of dingers as well and pick up the 8-3 victory in Game 1 of the World Series. And Clayton Kershaw describing the importance of winning Game 1.
I mean, Game 1's important. It's less so obviously in a 7 game than a 5 or even 3 game that we played this year. But Game 1's important, and it's good to get off on that right foot for us. And but we know that it's just one, and obviously, just from our experience in the last series, coming back from 3-1, that it's not, and being down 0-2 at some point, it's not that they can do it just with a win tomorrow. So for us. Knowing what the Rays have, and they got Blake Snell going tomorrow, who's an unbelievable talent, and they didn't really use some of their big horses down in the bullpen. So we know we're in for a tough time tomorrow, and we'll be ready to go. I'm sure of it.
Kershaw, I think he was affected by that sore lower back in the championship series against the Braves. Otherwise, he's been incredible this postseason. 3-1, 2.88 ERA in 4 starts. And, I was rooting for him yesterday because I think he's one of the greatest pitchers in the history of baseball. I do not think he is a postseason quote-unquote choke artist. I think it's lazy to just go look at somebody's postseason cumulative statistics without looking at what they've done game by game. When you have made like 29 total starts in the postseason, it's worth looking at the game by game and remembering that, yeah, there have been some bad postseason starts by Kershaw, but there have also been some really good ones, just like last night where his slider led to, I think it was 19 swings and misses off of like 74 pitches. So I think Kershaw was great. It was a lot of fun to watch. Biggest thing, though, is that Yeah, everybody gets free tacos now at Taco Bell.
That's the most important part. Yes, absolutely.
So, and I didn't even realize this. It's only once. Like, all they got to do is steal a base at some point in the World Series, and then when the series is over, everybody gets a taco. I thought that meant the next day you went and got a taco. So what do you think I did last night when the game ended?
Well, I hope you went to Taco Bell and got your free taco.
There's a T-Bell that's less than a mile away from my place. And so I drove up to it, and I should have pulled my phone out for the conversation. It's almost like I was the boss at Taco Bell, because they did not know what I was talking about. But I didn't pull my phone out, so I can't play that conversation with you. But I do remember what happened, and so we are going to get a little dramatic here on halftime for just a short period of time. Now, remember, so SmackDown's not very happy that I gave him the role that only has 2 lines. You'll notice I did not say the smaller role, because SmackDown, you know this as a fact. There are no small roles. There are only small actors.
Very true.
And you are not small, my friend. So
That's
you're going to have to be bigger about this.
That's fine. I'll accept it. That's fine.
So, all right, Matty T, you ready to go? Matty T gets to play Kid on speaker, and SmackDown is manager, and then I get to play Phil.
So what's my motivation?
Your motivation is just to get the schmuck off of the drive-thru and continue your night without getting annoyed by it, okay? I get to direct this, too. So are we ready? Here we go. Ready.
Roll 'em. Action.
All right.
Welcome to Taco Bell. May I take your order, please?
So the Dodgers stole 3 bases in the World Series opener today. So I get a free taco, right?
So what are you talking about?
Am I at Taco Bell?
Yes, you are at Taco Bell, sir.
Do you work at Taco Bell?
Yes, sir. You are at Taco Bell, and I work here.
Did you know the World Series started today?
Yeah, I heard about them playing tonight.
Great! So get a load of this. The people who run Taco Bell started this promotion like 8 years ago, that if anyone steals a base during the World Series game, then everyone in America gets a free taco. Do you know about this?
First time I've heard about it, sir.
Well, it happened tonight, and I'm here for my free taco.
Well, I don't know anything about that, man. You'll have to talk to the manager.
You gotta be freaking kidding me.
Sir, are you here talking about the World Series promotion?
Yep.
What kind of taco would you like?
Dorito Loco. Oh, and a Mexican pizza, too. Save the Mexican pizza, please. Now I come to realize, okay, so that's our scene. That's our scene.
And scene.
Wow.
That's our scene. That legitimately happened last night.
You can't write stuff like that.
That was beautiful.
No, that's reality television right then and there. And now I come to learn that I really was just supposed to get the free taco on October 28th. So I guess I talked myself into free food last night?
Nice.
That's
an accomplishment, isn't it?
It really is. I'm proud of you.
You pressured them into giving you free food.
That was utter pressure.
It was like
and
really like a
Jedi
Jedi mind trick, because they didn't even realize what their promotion, how it worked. You convinced them that it was yesterday, even though it was supposed to be today.
So you think I can get away with this again tonight?
Well, tonight's the actual night.
There is another game tonight. I expect someone's going to steal a base, or at least try to. If Mookie Betts gets on base, dude's going to try to steal. All right, so
the promotion is once there's one stolen base, if there is a stolen base.
For the whole series. Let's see if I can stretch this out for the entire series, one game at a time. If this series goes 7 games, I need 7 free tacos.
See, I got an email today from Taco Bell saying, come get your free taco. So it's like a day after.
Right.
So yesterday's tacos today. If they do it today, you get that.
So today's tacos are yesterday, and tomorrow's tacos are today.
But either way, fills a taco up on everybody.
Right.
That's right.
Okay.
I am a taco up on everybody, and I'm really proud about it, too.
W. Wicks just texted and he said that was probably one of the cringiest things he's ever heard. And I said, well, at least Ty wasn't singing.
Well, you should have seen the lines that I had to cut out of the script, man. I mean, we had a love scene and everything, and we
kept
didn't
it
feel like it was right for radio.
Who was the love scene between? Just out of curiosity.
That's between
him and the taco.
That's between me and the director. Okay, I got to write the script.
Oh, my bad. Excuse me.
Again, actors don't worry about the parts of the script that never made it on air. Just worry about what you had to do.
He cut out the line that said, "I want to be the meat in your taco."
Whoa.
Oh boy! I'll tell you one thing you need to do though. And forget about Taco Bell because they're not going to do what you want. The best place to watch the World Series is at Joe's Grill and Cantina because they got specials just for the World Series.
Yeah, so they started last night. They're continuing tonight. Let me see if I can convince you guys right here. So for $5 at Joe's Grill and Cantina, you can get ballpark nachos, chili cheese fries, queso supreme, and half-price draft beers.
Oh, my gosh.
You can't get much better than that. And then also that's their World Series special. And then tonight's main special that they have every Wednesday, half-price apps and taps after 5 o'clock p.m.
I love the brisket nachos.
Brisket nachos are fantastic.
And that's like $5 too when you get that during the half price.
Absolutely. So there's lots of good specials happening today at Joe's Grill and Cantina, and they're happening whenever there's a World Series game. They're also doing that, and they also have great daily specials. Like today is half-price apps and taps. Tomorrow is All-American Thursday. We'll tell you more about that tomorrow. But you can head to Joe's Grill and Cantina right now. Make sure you take advantage of all their World Series specials they've got going on. Watch the World Series and enjoy the $5 specials, half-price draft beers, half-price apps and taps after 5. Lots of good stuff happening at Joe's Grill and Cantina across from Harps, only in Fort Smith, Arkansas. That's Joe's Grill and Cantina.
And I've got a special script just for Joe's Cantina for tomorrow, too. And scene. Back for Change My Mind to put the cherry on the top of halftime after this. Stay tuned.
Over $7,900 truck month savings are here now at Road Chevrolet. Yes, select new 20 Chevy Silverado 1500 models. Now up to $7,967 total savings. Or pay just $42,698 for a new 20 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LT at Road Chevrolet. Conveniently located at exit 2A off I-540 in Van Buren or roadchevy.com. Chevy, find new roads. Savings includes factory and dealer savings with approved credit, plus tax and license fees. See dealer for details. Ends 11/2/20.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Come on into Buffalo Wild Wings and try our new fan favorites featuring our new cauliflower wings paired with our mouth-watering Zing Zang sauce. While you're here, reward yourself with Buffalo Wild Wings' new daily trivia while enjoying our fan favorite smoked brisket burger or southern chicken sandwich. Let your taste buds win and come on in to Buffalo Wild Wings, the best and only place to watch college football and the NFL. Celebrate your fantasy team winning on our wall-to-wall TVs. Locations in Little Rock, Fort Smith, Sherwood, Jonesboro, and Conway. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar!
Hurry up, dude. The game's about to start.
Nothing beats spending the day watching the game with your buddies.
Dude, I'm literally right here. Let's do this.
Which is why a shelter insurance renter's policy is key to your winning game plan. It protects things your landlord's policy doesn't.
Dude, where's your TV?
What? No way, dude.
Like that flat screen TV that just got stolen.
Ask Tiffany Newman in Mulberry or Warren Robertson in Alma about Shelter's home insurance.
Standard Materials Group has immediate openings for ready-mix drivers in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you have a CDL license without an automatic restriction and want to be home every night, want to work with a company that offers great pay, benefits, and a great team environment with growth opportunities, apply today at jobs.crh.com. Again, that's jobs.crh.com. Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Have you had someone back out of a contract and you don't know what to do? Or maybe you have a problem with your boss. It may be time to sit down with a lawyer and discuss your options. The attorneys at Kevin Hickey Law Partners are ready to give advice on your next step. Kevin Hickey Law Partners are experienced in all types of lawsuits. If you have a dispute that may involve going to court, don't just hire any lawyer. Contact Kevin Hickey Law Partners. Give them a call at 479-434-2014 in the River Valley or 479-802-6560 in Northwest Arkansas. Or check them out online at kevinhickeylaw.com.
Hi folks, Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources. I'm shocked it's October already. This year's gone by so fast it's scary. Now I'm afraid I'm not going to hit my goals. So I'm rolling out my most shocking deals yet. It's my Shocktober sales event. Swap your current car for one of our Wrath Road Ready vehicles, each one hand-picked and inspected in our Meineke Car Care Center, and priced to save you money. So dump that pumpkin that's haunting your driveway. Trade and save on a nicer, newer car today. Are past credit problems keeping you up at night? Don't be scared. My For the People credit approval process is a treat, and our friendly, non-commissioned sales staff can help you get the nicer, newer car you want at a price and payment that fits your budget. Keeping the car you have? Let us get it ready for fall in our Meineke Car Care Center with half-off brakes, buy 3, get 1 free on all tires, or call ahead and set up your free winter-ready inspection. It's the Shocktober sales event, only in Arkansas's favorite used car dealer, Wrath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online, wrathauto.com.
This is ESPN 95.3. The Morning Rush, Halftime, Ruskin and Zach, the Hog Talk Podcast. Fantasy Football Sunday and Primetime Preps, all available on the Hit That Line Podcast Network. Just type Hit That Line wherever you listen to podcasts. Our podcasts are on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, hitthatline.com, Anchor, TuneIn, Stitcher, and Google Play.
Thank you. Thank you for this. Thank you for all this.
Now, back to the guys. Here's Phil Elson, Matty T, and SmackDown.
So they tell you revenge is best served cold. You know it's not best served cold is barbecue sandwiches from Wright's up here in Johnson. Thanks to First Security Bank for providing lunch for all the folks here at ESPN 99.5, which I guess I am one of those today. And I'm getting you guys back for, what was that, 2 days ago? Eating the
Art's Barbecue, giant rack of ribs.
They not only were you eating the ribs, you were showing me the ribs.
Well,
you were showing it to me and then drooling all over them and eating.
Well, we
them,
didn't want to be disrespectful, Matty.
That's right.
We were just wanting to show him what we were eating. I didn't think we were being that.
Yeah, so now I'm getting you back. You see this? This tastes better. This was better than what you were eating. All right.
I can't believe SmackDown's never been there before. I waited in a line out there one day and it was really good.
You know, I live like 3 blocks from Wright's.
Oh my
I'm
gosh,
gonna
I'd be broke.
I'll probably head to Fayetteville this Friday and come up there and get some.
They're real nice folks there too, because they saw I was like taking a couple of pictures, and the guy said, "Hey, you want to come look at us cooking the meat?" I said, "You bet I do."
By the way, I was wrong on who delivered the food. It's First National Bank. I got to be right here.
Come on, Phil.
And there it is. There's the logo, First National Bank on the top.
They couldn't
of
have
all
made
these,
it easier for
boxes.
you to get it right.
Oh, man. Sometimes we just set you up too much with these softballs. Yeah, B.E., you're right. Wright's is pretty dead gum good. It's delicious. It's perfect. Get to head to watch Arkansas baseball this afternoon. Going to sit there with Bubba for a little bit. Bubba's coming on the show tomorrow.
Charles.
That's right.
I was going to say, I don't know a Bubba Carpenter. I know a Charles Carpenter.
There is a Mr. Charles Carpenter that we will have on halftime tomorrow.
Charles he's not in charge in the booth. You're in charge in the booth.
That's right. And he now knows that since he's only being confined to a fifth of the booth now. And Robert Holt will be joining us as well. We got to figure out a good adjective for Robert for tomorrow. Charles and Robert tomorrow here, along with Philip, Matthew, and Matthew.
Right.
We're all going to go full first names tomorrow. I think we should do that like once a week. The names that your parents used for you when they were angry at you. We're going to have to go like full first name at some point.
Matthew Leroy Jenkins.
Close.
Leonard.
What's your middle name? Come on, what is it?
Lynn.
Is it really?
Matthew Lynn.
It's so funny how sometimes people are embarrassed.
I was when I was a kid because I was always like, it's a girl's nickname or a girl's middle name, and so. But no, I just kind of got over it.
I'm proud of mine because it was my grandfather's name.
What's yours?
Garth.
Garth. Oh, that's right. I knew that.
And I'm Harold.
And that was after.
Right. Yes. B.E. mentions he wants us to play Careless Whisper tomorrow. B.E., that's so 2018.
Yeah. Gosh.
Been there, done that.
We've got something better planned for Charles tomorrow.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Hey, real quick.
Maybe you can play Careless Whisper on your phone when he's coming on for yourself.
Yes.
But I think you'll like what we've got for Bubba tomorrow, okay? Also tomorrow, right about now, we get to give away burgers thick burgers at Hardee's. So make sure you go to hitthatline.com and enter to win the Hardee's Lunch Bunch.
Sorry, I read a funny time. I'll read that in a second. Yeah, head to hitthatline.com. We're going to read so you just read what I just read. Head to hitthatline.com if you haven't gotten entered into our Hardee's Lunch Bunch text message. Or God almighty, my
Focus.
Chris and Fayetteville got me all messed up there for a second. Let's start over. Head to hitthatline.com. Get registered for the Hardee's Lunch Bunch. We're going to give away the Hardee's Lunch Bunch tomorrow. If you haven't entered yet, click on the Lunch Bunch button. Leave us your info, and we'll randomly pick a winner for you to win lunch for your office, your job crew, you name it. Hardee's in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley will have you covered, and that's only at hitthatline.com. Chris and Fayetteville just texted in, and he said Jenkins' middle name has to be Leroy, or he's done listening to the show. So,
and then he goes,
Leroy Jenkins.
Oh, that sounds absolutely beautiful. Leroy and SmackDown go together like peanut butter and jelly.
Maybe we just legally change my name, or at least for the 2 hours of the show. I'm no longer Matt Jenkins. I'm Leroy SmackDown.
I mean, you have to completely transform yourself then. That's what happens. That's what happens when you get on these airwaves, right? All right, so to wrap the show up here, as we usually do on a Wednesday, time for Change My Mind.
Did she just change my mind?
Now, I don't care what you say.
Nothing can make me change my mind.
I won't change my mind about you.
Why are you the way that you are? Honestly, every time I try to do something fun or exciting, you make it not that way. I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
Oh, that is just so disrespectful for you to say something like that. Say it with your chest.
Change my mind.
I changed up the music a little bit. I
like it.
I felt a little change in the music.
I thought Eddie's called in again, though.
Exactly, see?
Jeremiah in Cedarville says Sam Pittman is the best coach in the country. Changed my mind. Well, 4 games in, I can't go with best in the country. And even after one season, even if they go all the way, I mean, you can't go with best coach in the country after 1 year. So there is that guy named Nick Saban, who's in Alabama, that I might put ahead.
Never heard of him.
Maybe a few others too, but hey, give it a few years. Who knows? Who knows? So, all right, we do have a few for all of us. Maddie T even has a Change My Mind today, Maddie. So why don't you go start with that?
I do?
Yeah, it's right there on the rundown. I thought you wrote it.
Oh, this must be Matt Jenkins. I don't have anything on.
Oh, we wrote it. That was pre-print out of the rundown that I make for Maddie T.
Oh, okay. So this was what Maddie T's was going to be. The Washington football team should just remain the Washington football team once this season is over. And I saw one of their executives said that's probably the case, at least for next year. For 2021, they will remain the Washington football team. But the reason I think this is a good idea is because otherwise we wouldn't know that those are football players wearing a helmet with those jerseys and the cleats, especially when they play for Washington and don't ever have any success to begin with. So I remember I had to change my mind earlier that the soccer team nicknames are the least creative in the world. But I feel like the Washington football team would stand out amongst the other 31 clubs in the NFL. So keep it. Why not? Change my mind.
I mean, they've had 15 years to come up with another name. It's not like this just became controversial in the last year, you know.
Just sped up the process with 2020.
But you had plenty of time to come up with a name, and you still couldn't do it.
Can't be that. Is it
There's
really
something less racist?
Well, is it really that difficult to come up with a new mascot? I get the branding and like everything that'll go into it post like mascot name, but
they don't need a mascot. That's the other aspect of this. There are some teams that do not have anybody in a furry suit. It's not necessary, you know, but I think the idea of calling yourselves the football team seems like it's just being obvious and not creative. But when you're the only one doing it in the league, I think it would make you stand out.
I still think they need to be the Sentinels off of the replacements.
Well, we'll see.
That's just me.
All right, so my changed my mind, and I thought about this over the weekend when Joe Flacco passed Johnny Unitas for passing yards all time. Now, Joe Flacco is 21st all time in passing yards, and if he throws for 88 yards this next weekend, which for the Jets is a tall order, then he passes Joe Montana for 20th place. Let's just say this: Joe Montana and Johnny Unitas are 2 of the 10 greatest quarterbacks in the history of the NFL. Joe Flacco's not even amongst the top 35 or 40 quarterbacks in the history of the NFL. So, I mean, you have guys like Carson Palmer, Vinny Testaverde, Drew Bledsoe are 14 through 16 in all-time passing yards. Kerry Collins is 19. And look, I'm not saying these are bad quarterbacks, but they're not Hall of Famers. They're not legendary quarterbacks, such as Fran Tarkenton, who's 13th all-time, or like Unitas at 22nd all-time for me just really stands out. The all-time NFL passing list says much more about the era that you played than it does about your ability compared to the other great quarterbacks of all time. In fact, 14 of the top 25 quarterbacks in passing yards started their careers in 1998 or after, and they are not 14 of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. So I do think that the all-time passing leaders list is a little bit meaningless. I'll say, like, if you look at the top 5, it means something. Breeze, Brady, Manning, Favre, Marino. But I still think if Johnny Unitas played in this era, he would be on that list. You know, if Terry Bradshaw played in this era, he would be on that list. It's more about the era that you played than about the actual ability. Change my mind.
Before I hit you with my change my mind here, got some it's breaking news regarding LSU football. They have self-imposed penalties and bans against Odell Beckham Jr. regarding the cash incident from several years ago. The school is docking itself 8 football scholarships over a 2-year period and reducing recruiting visits, evaluations, and communication after a nearly 2-year investigation uncovered booster payments regarding the Odell Beckham Jr. situation when they had the cash on the sideline during the LSU Clemson national title game. They've also banned Odell Beckham Jr. from LSU for 2 years. So
did you see Beckham at the end of their sitting on the bench with his shoes off?
Yes.
In Pittsburgh the other day? He is a petulant child.
He really is.
He is petulant. He's an awful teammate. He's an incredible talent, but he is, I don't think, ever going to live up to that talent except for maybe 1 or 2 seasons. The Browns would probably do better by getting rid of him. He is a petulant child, and good for LSU for saying, you know what, this guy shouldn't be here at all around us. But then again, they also did let him around them for a long time.
You guys changed my mind recently. I had the Mexican pizza about a week ago. It was good. It didn't knock my socks off or anything, but it should stay on the menu. And you guys successfully changed my mind about the
You didn't even have sauce on it, and you still liked it.
Here's one for you, because Doug in Fayetteville wants to know if maybe Dallas should change their name. I guess the idea of like Cowboys or Redskins or
what, Cowgirls?
Sure, absolutely. A great name for the Dallas football team now would be the Losers.
Thank you for joining in on halftime.
Change that
today.
one.
Thank you for tuning in on halftime today. We don't need to be ending on a disrespectful note.
For Matty T and SmackDown, I'm Phil. Get up, get out, get better.
$6,500 in savings on 2020 Ford Escape, Fusions, and Edge.